continue standing as you are able for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Class of 2022, you may now be seated. Good evening and welcome to the Municipal Auditorium and the graduation of the distinguished class of 2022. To say that this class has experienced more adversity than any of us could have imagined feels trite, and it also makes us seem far too passive. In reality, the class of 2022 has made active efforts in order to be there for one another and the school as a whole with intentionality, love, and grace for the trials that we faced. Though we were separated, I witnessed members of our class reach out to one another in both moments of celebration and of sympathy, develop new clubs, make waves and movements for social change, and above all, grow as leaders of a multitude of different communities. The vulnerability this class has shown is what has enabled Hume-Fogg's culture to flourish in ways similar to the past and also branch out into new and beautiful spaces. We had to step up in a moment in which it would have been incredibly easy to lose the light that makes Hume-Fogg the space it is, and I am so proud to have been witness to the ways that we grew, both for one another and ourselves. I am humbled to be a part of this group of diverse and ambitious change makers, and I know that I speak for all of us when I say that we are truly so grateful to have you all here to celebrate with us. More now than ever, we mean it when we say we could not have made it here without the support of the family, friends, teachers, and mentors that are here with us today. So to you all and to my fellow classmates, I say thank you, and I cannot wait to see all the places that we will go. I love you all so much, and I'm so grateful for the intentionality your love has shown me.
Good evening. I'm Lisa Benelli, Assistant Principal, and it is my great pleasure to introduce this year's Salutatorian. The class of 2022 Salutatorian has been described as a large-scale thinker, always seeks to improve and maximize his learning, has a drive for excellence and a love of learning, and is mature beyond his years. As a freshman, he joined our school science Olympiad team where he found an early interest in the building-focused events. As he continued, he stood out as a resident expert in the Right Stuff competition where he and his partners built, tested, and flew model airplanes inspired by the Wright brothers. He tried out for basketball and bowling teams in case he didn't make one. He would have something to do, and of course, he made both. Equally important is his kindness and respectfulness when working with others. Driven by a curiosity that is infectious, one teacher said he would frame questions and reframe the teacher's answers in such a manner that other students benefited from the exchange. He helped distribute resources following the 2020 tornado, and during virtual learning, another teacher said she could count on him having his camera on every single day and was always engaged. Even that little detail makes a big difference. It is with pleasure that I present our 2022 Hume-Fogg Salutatorian, Ariston Tweedy. Yep. And that's for you to take.
Okay, thank you. You'll have to give me a minute, guys. Excuse me. Okay. Hello, everyone. I just have a few just very short things to say. So let me just... let's see. No, I'm just playing. It's great to see everyone. Before I say anything else, I have a few people to thank. First off, I want to thank God for guiding my path every step of the way. I want to thank my family who's always supported me. I don't know where they're at. You can scream if you want to so I can locate you. I want to thank my teachers for not destroying my love of learning. I want to thank Sydney Rucker and her family. Some of you may know this, but I've carpooled with her for all 4 years of high school. And this past year, she's driven me almost every morning. So if she wasn't such a great driver, I might not be here. And lastly, I want to thank all you seniors for being incredible people and making the class of 2022 better than every other class. I'm joking, but not really. With that out of the way, I'm very honored to have the privilege of speaking to you all today. I get to speak to you all because I spent an atrocious amount of time doing homework and studying, but my report card was actually in the Guinness Book of World Records. So until Miss Smithfield told me I couldn't use it as a bookmark, and I had to take it out. And although much of what made high school is no longer up here, it's still very much in here. And so I may have forgotten how to take a derivative, even though I just took the calculus exam less than 2 weeks ago. I know you've forgotten a lot as well, but the resilience that comes from enduring 4 challenging years still remains in all of us. As a class, we've endured a lot of things, from the heartbreak of learning the truth about the pool on top of Hume-Fogg, or lack thereof, to the crushing realization that knowing that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell is not enough to pass biology. And even when we were doomed to stare into crappy webcams for a while because of some tiny particles named after a beer or something, we still made it. And we've experienced good times and bad times, happy times and sad times, times that were glorious and times that were devious. I say all that because you have a lot to be proud of. I could have filled that whole paper with statements of how much I respect you all. I was too lazy to actually do that, but just know that I could. I will, however, make a few remarks on your accomplishments. You all are amazing friends, the best friends I ever could have asked for. Many of you are fantastic athletes, and you're skillful at things like taking notes and studying for tests, even if it is the night before the test, or the morning of, or 5 minutes before the test. Don't worry, I've been there too, it's okay. Many of you are wonderful artists and musicians. You're great at showing kindness to others. You're great at not talking about a test after it happens. No, not that one? Okay. A lot of you are excellent performers or speakers and would have given this speech much better than me. And some of you are even really good at stealing entire bathroom doors. I still have no idea how you did that, but we all have our secret talents, I guess. When I look back at my high school experience and I think about what I'm most proud of, I find that it's not graduating, it's not being salutatorian, and it's not any sort of awards that I may have won. It's the memories that I made by trying to achieve all those things. And what I've learned is this: if we don't learn to enjoy the process, we'll never be satisfied with the accomplishment. Clearly, you all don't have any trouble achieving great things. I can't wait to hear about all your successes in the future. But I urge you all to not focus so much on the achievements. Just focus on being the best version of yourself, one present moment at a time. I know that that will look different for all of us, but for me at least, no matter what happens in the future, I will always be a Blue Knight. Thank you and congratulations.
This year's valedictorian is an exceptional scholar, unrelenting in her pursuit of interesting and diverse experiences. In addition to her rigorous course load, Rena attended the School for Science and Math at Vanderbilt. Managing the workload of Hume-Fogg and SSMV is no small feat, I assure you. But Rena persisted. She was also involved in numerous activities, including the Save the Children Network, Youth in Government, Science Olympiad, and various Asian and Chinese community groups. Rena has a bright and inquiring mind, consistent work ethic, and a sense of purpose with a laser-like focus beyond her years. I am proud to welcome to the podium Hume-Fogg Scholar and Valedictorian of the class of 2022, Rena Shi. This is yours.
Good evening to the Hume-Fogg class of 2022 graduates, teachers and staff, families, and friends. So when I found out I was supposed to make a speech in front of everyone, I did not know if I could do it. I definitely had a few moments of inner panic every time I even thought about it. But then I realized just how grateful I am for my experiences here at Hume-Fogg, and having the opportunity to reflect on these now with all of you means a lot to me. When people ask me how I would describe Hume-Fogg, the odd castle-like school, sandwiched by bars and rowdy tourists, I always talk about the close bonds students have with the teachers and staff and their wholehearted dedication to both the academic successes of their students and their well-being. For example, the morning of the AP Bio exam, Mr. Schramm sent a Schoology message that was more like a page-long essay, and it was so inspirational, I was tempted to plagiarize it for the speech. Of course I didn't. I would have at least asked Miss Smithfield to help cite it. And we all love to complain about Mr. Stanley standing in the middle of the hallway telling everyone to, hey, get to class, lunch ended 5 minutes ago. But I don't know anyone else who would voluntarily give up their weekends to drive students on a rickety school bus that feels like it might break into pieces anytime it hits a pothole. These are only a few of the interactions I've had over the past year. Now, multiply that by the 4 years we spent inside the classrooms and hallways, and the 213 others in this graduating class, and every teacher and staff member at Hume-Fogg. And you can really see why this school is such a special place, and how with their aid, every class of 2022 graduates sitting here today blossomed into mature, intelligent adults. Of Of course, I couldn't talk about our class without acknowledging the unique experience that COVID gave us when most of our junior year, our classmates morphed into literal black rectangles. Even though we were the first senior class to be fully back since 2020, our return wasn't awkward and we came back just as close. We've bonded over how we cheered during the orchestra previews and the International Day Assembly like it's a football game, the excitement of seeing our volleyball team win state championships, the teachers we've all loved or just loved to complain about, and the horrendously ear-splitting, soul-sucking, jackhammering from across the street, which honestly deserves a special seat on this stage. None of us would be here without our families. I know that there are a lot of younger siblings in this auditorium. My sister is one of them. Hey, Sophia. I just wanted to say, even though I won't live in the same house as you anymore, I'm still the #1 most important person in your life. There's no debate about that. To our parents who drove us to the 6-hour work shifts, after-school practices, games and meets, and weekends at Science Olympiad or Quiz Bowl tournaments, thank you for your unwavering support. To the graduates, be proud of yourselves. All these accomplishments have come from your ambition to do your personal best, to persist, persevere, and perfect yourselves, to work as individuals and as a team. Our countless hours of hard work have finally paid off today. I'm not going to pretend like I have a bunch of life lessons or advice to share. I do know, however, that all of us are well prepared for their journey ahead. And in our reunion in 10, 25, 50 years, some of us will have pursued successful careers as business executives, or inspired a new generation of students in the classroom, or produced thought-provoking art and music, or made significant breakthroughs in science. This moment, our high school graduation, will not be the only significant moment in our lives, but it's a big step for all of us as of right now. So, as Kurt Vonnegut said, when things are going sweetly and peacefully, please pause a moment and then say out loud, if this isn't nice, what is? Congratulations to all of us.
Thank you, Rena and Ariston. Phil Williams is Chief Investigative Reporter for News Channel 5 and one of the most highly acclaimed journalists in the state of Tennessee. A graduate of MTSU, Phil began his career as a print journalist, going to work at the Tennessean, where his work was a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize. In 1992, Phil moved to television. He is a 3-time recipient of both the George Foster Peabody Award and the DuPont Columbia University Award, both of them considered broadcasting's equivalent to the Pulitzer Prize. He served for many years on the National Board of Directors for the group Investigative Reporters and Editors, which trains other journalists across the country and around the globe. Phil is a graduate of Metro Nashville Public Schools and a former Hume-Fogg parent of an amazing son named Jackson, who recently graduated himself from Northeastern University. And we know you are so proud, as we are so proud of him. I am honored at this time to welcome Mr. Phil Williams to the podium.
Good evening. First of all, thank you to the class of 2022 for inviting me to join you in celebrating this momentous occasion. And make no mistake about it, this is a big deal. You are survivors. Beginning in March and April 2020, your world was completely upended, and it would be a long time before you would return to any sense of normal. But the good news is, you're here tonight. You made it. So you're not just the class of 2022, you're the survivors of 2022. As Dr. Hargis mentioned, Hume-Fogg holds a special place in my heart. As she mentioned, my son Jackson graduated from here, and after an incredible experience at Northeastern University in Boston, he will soon begin his career as a software developer with a major energy company. But for 4 years, this was our community. It was important to me that my son receive a public education where he would be exposed to the diversity that he would face out in the world, and Hume-Fogg provided that to us in all sorts of ways. And when our family faced a personal tragedy, it was this community that wrapped us in its arms. I will forever be grateful for the love and support of the administration, faculty, and staff, as well as Jackson's friends. I know you share my feeling that this is indeed a special place. This occasion is also special to me because this is the very auditorium where I graduated from high school, standing on this stage as one of the valedictorians for McGavick many, many years ago. Remembering what it was like to be in your shoes, I want to tell you what I wish someone had told me. I want to give you permission to follow your dreams. Not your family's dreams, not your friends' dreams, but your dreams. When I graduated from high school, I felt the pressure to follow my family's dreams of what I should do with my life. They wanted me to be a minister. But I quickly realized that it was not my dream. My real passion, I discovered, was journalism. It was digging up the truth and telling the truth through my reporting. I wanted to make a difference, just not in the way that my family thought I should. And what I can tell you is this: by following your own dreams, my own dreams, I found fulfillment beyond my imagination. As an investigative journalist, the days are long and often challenging, but it is my passion. And if you follow your passion, your work will never seem quite like a chore. Secondly, let me encourage you to remember that the most important trait that you can develop in the next phase of your education, whatever that may be, is resilience, something you already know a lot about. Learning how to learn, preparing to adapt to a future that you cannot imagine. But when I stood up here at my graduation, there were, sadly, no mobile phones. Now, as horrible as that may sound, that also means there were no apps that my parents could use to track me when I went out with my friends. So as you sit here today, there is no way to predict what the coming decades will bring to your world. But if you are committed to being a lifelong learner, you will not only survive, you will thrive. And finally, let me encourage you to be bold, to be courageous, to figure out how you can make a difference in this crazy world, and to boldly take action. In the last few months, I had the privilege of encountering some of you who were on Capitol Hill hoping to make a difference. You wanted to get a law passed to require schools to tell 18-year-old students how they could register to vote, and you wanted to make it easier for college students to vote. All noble ideas. Unfortunately, you ran into the harsh realities of our political system. At one hearing, some lawmakers argued that the state should not be in the business of telling schools how to get students registered to vote, although they were certainly willing to let the state tell schools how to do all sorts of other things. Even though that student voting legislation was not successful this year, what you can say about your fellow students is they tried. They were in the arena and they gave it their all. Change does not come easily. It almost never comes easily, but it will never happen unless people are willing to let their voices be heard. If you were involved in that effort in any way, please stand. Thank you for trying to make a difference. Over the course of my career, I have faced many obstacles as I try to make a difference in the world. There have been death threats. There have been efforts to personally destroy me or even my family. There have been frivolous lawsuits with all sorts of outrageous false allegations. Some days were emotionally wrenching. Perhaps the defining experience of my career was a police corruption investigation many years ago. One day, a group of police officers asked me to meet them, saying that they had something for me. I went to the meeting all excited, thinking, okay, it's going to be a juicy document that's going to blow this investigation wide open. Instead, it was a bulletproof vest and a handgun, because they were hearing things that made them think that my life was in danger. Now, for the record, I took the vest, but not the gun. Amid all of that, one day we got word that the subjects of the investigation were boasting about the fact that they had something planned for me that was finally going to put me in my place once and for all. That day, my photographer came into my office, closed the door, and asked, "Are you sure you want to keep doing this?" My answer then and my answer today is, if I don't do it, who will? And as you prepare for the next phase of your life, let me pose that same question to you. If you don't do it, who will? If you don't speak up when you see injustice, who will? If you don't defend the defenseless, who will? If you don't show compassion for the less fortunate, who will? If you don't use your voice to try to make a difference in our society, if you don't call out those who want to corrupt our political system, if you don't speak up about pressing environmental issues, who will? So as you leave here today, celebrate what you've accomplished, but in the days and years ahead, don't forget, we need you. We need you to discover your passion and follow it. We need you to figure out how you can make a difference. And we need you to have the courage to do it. Honestly, after everything you all have been through, I cannot wait to hear what the resilient Hume-Fogg class of 2022, the survivors of 2022, did to go out there and make this world a better place for all of us. Good luck. And go Knights.
Good evening, class of 2022. I am here tonight not just to proudly call your names and reveal your future plans to this great audience,
but also to continue a sacred tradition at each Hume-Fogg graduation. The J.D. Taylor Award is named for the first principal of Hume-Fogg Academic Magnet School, and the recipient is nominated and chosen by the faculty. The criteria for this award is simply this: the student who best exemplifies the spirit and ideals of Hume-Fogg. I will have to admit that I knew I would make the nomination for tonight's recipient more than 2 years ago. Not based on academic perfection, although they are one of the most outstanding students I have ever had the privilege of teaching, but it was truly based on this student's joy in the daily learning process and sincere gratitude and care shown to everyone they encounter. The presence of this student changes the dynamic of the classroom for the better, and having them in your class is like winning the teacher lottery. The motto for the student body of Hume-Fogg for the past several years has been, "Blue Knights, be kind." And no one in the castle is the embodiment of that motto more than tonight's honoree. I asked a few of my colleagues who knew them well to share their thoughts on the contribution that this student has made to their classrooms. Mr. Jenkins said, "Many students who do really well are focused on their own studies and making sure they are one of the best. This student flips that idea on its head by being the most willing student to help other students understand, while still performing at an exemplary level. Hume-Fogg prides itself on preparing intellectually exceptional students to be excellent contributors to our society through their moral clarity and benevolence toward others, as well as their academic accomplishments. There is no better representative of that ideal than our recognized scholar." AP chemistry teacher Miss List added, "You would never know that he consistently earns the highest scores because he is humble and would never throw it in your face or make you feel less than. He is always there to help in any way possible and never complains. He brings immense joy and happiness to all around him, striving to make each person he encounters feel valued and important." AP Spanish literature and culture teacher Señora Ardón replied, "Ha mostrado madurez desde que lo conocí, pero una de las características que más sobresaltan a él, aparte de ser inteligente, es su nobleza. Es un buen observador y sabe captar cuando una persona está pasando por malos momentos." Translation: "He has shown maturity from the time that I first met him, but one of his most outstanding characteristics is his nobility. He is an astute observer and knows when someone is having a bad time." She went on to add that his spirit is an example for students and adults alike. All of this goodwill is not only directed to those of us lucky enough to share the halls and classrooms with him. As an Eagle Scout and leader of community service, he has taken on the challenge of serving those who need it and offering the opportunity for that service to his fellow students, none working harder than him, exuding selflessness and thanking everyone who also gave their time and effort. To be regarded by your teachers to this degree is impressive, but all of you, the classmates of this young man, have also shown your regard and appreciation for the kind words, the genuine concern, the positivity, and the encouragement when you selected him as the king of the castle, not once, but twice this year, proving that when you pour love and kindness into all of those around you, they cannot help but respond in the same manner. May we all take the spirit of the king of the class of 2022 with us as we move forward. May we all remember to treat each other the way that we have been treated by this year's J.D. Taylor Award recipient, Ben Maxwell.
Congratulations, Ben. Good evening. My name is Rick Stanley, and it's my pleasure and honor to introduce our next presenter. Mr. Keith Simmons is a retired lawyer here in Nashville. He and his wife, Kay, who sadly passed away earlier this year, have 3 children, one of whom, their daughter, Lauren, is a member of the Hume-Fogg class of 1998. The Simmonses wanted to honor the great teaching and mentoring that makes Hume-Fogg a great school by recognizing 2 teachers each year with the Simmons Outstanding Teacher Award. This is the 25th year of this award being given. The award comes with the privilege of having their names engraved on a plaque in the main office, a crystal apple for their desk, and a monetary gift of $500 each. Please help me to welcome Mr. Simmons.
I sometimes get real teary at this event. It brings back a lot of memories. My high school graduation, our children's high school graduation. It may get even more teary tonight because my wife Kay died 6 months ago. She was the inspiration and the creative brain behind this award, and we have enjoyed doing it for the last 25 years. It's been 3 years, I guess, since either one of us were here to present the award. But I particularly wanted to come tonight because I wanted to come as a particular tribute to her. Also, as a tribute to the wonderful faculty that you've enjoyed for the last 4 years. I guess you enjoyed them, some of them. This is not an award for just one faculty member. You single out 2 faculty members to get the award, but it really pays tribute to the entire faculty, which does such a wonderful job. You did a wonderful job when Lauren was here 22 years ago, and I'm sure they still do. So with that, I want to present the award that you have elected for from your 9th and 10th grade years. In the past, I have read out some of the accolades that you have turned in about your nominee. I want to reverse that tonight, if it's okay with you, and actually call up the recipient first, so that recipient can stand here before you and hear these wonderful things that you say about that recipient. So, the recipient of the Outstanding Teacher Award for the 9th and 10th grade is Mr. Yusuf. All right, you have to stand here and listen to me read this stuff, okay? Okay. I have 2 pages of wonderful things, but I'm just going to read about 4. Mr. Yosef, most amazing person in the school, always says hi to me, and I can talk to him about anything. I always look forward to seeing him. Next one. He truly helped me through many things and always believed in me when I doubted myself. He cared about my development and future goals and stuck by my side the entire time, despite failures. I truly look up to him and see him as a friend with his humor and relatability. I am truly honored to be his student and his help towards my growth. I highly respect his dedication to my school career and to our school. The next one, to Musi Yosef, the king. Look, he's my advisor. And the amount of teenage angst and BS he handles every advisory is amazing. He always goes out of his way to make conversation with us, and I feel super comfortable asking him for help or sharing about my life. But he worries me because this guy actually needs to get more sleep. He says to me, I stayed up till 3 a.m. last night, but it was because I was grading papers. You need to get 8 hours sleep. I say to him, so true, Joseph, but you do too. And finally, he was the GOAT, greatest of all time. He really looked out for me as a student in his class, especially with my homework issues. He also is extremely nice outside of class and is still a friend even after my not being in his class since my sophomore year. He is my favorite teacher by a long shot. Mr. Musi Yosef, congratulations. And it's my pleasure to present this to you. And here, you can have all of these comments. Thank you. Now for the 11th and 12th grade. The recipient this year is Mr. Brett Kamek. All right, I've got 3 or 4 here to read. Mr. Kamek has impacted my life by cementing my interest in my future majors, journalism and political science. He is a former cross-country runner and coach, and I feel like he is genuinely proud of me for my accomplishments. Another, even in online school, he was able to figure out me as a person and student better than any other teacher I've had. He's been instrumental in my college search and applications, and I talk to him at least once a week, even though I don't have his class anymore. He's helped me feel very seen at school the past 2 years. Even though I only had Mr. Kamek for senior year, both his teaching and his ability to have a meaningful conversation with someone was deeply impactful on me. He truly trusts his students and gives them the confidence to do great things. Next, I love Mr. Kamek. I first had him virtually in APUSH, and he single-handedly piqued my interest in history. His love of teaching and love of students is unrivaled, and he is a fantastic presence in the classroom. You can tell he loves what he does, and he deserves every award he receives. And finally, Mr. Kamek was my teacher during the darkest times of my high school career, but he never gave up on me. Just being in his class, hearing his lectures, made my day better because he taught with such passion, full of bad jokes. It does not matter how long it's been since he has been my teacher. He still smiles and waves. Mr. Kamek is a great teacher who just loves his job and his students, and that's why he should be the recipient of this award. Brad Kamek, congratulations. And this.
Thank you, Mr. Simmons. Before I recognize the dignitaries on the stage, I want to ask all members of our Hume-Fogg faculty and staff to please stand so that we may acknowledge you. You have poured yourselves into these young people, and on behalf of the administration, Metro Schools, the parents, family, caregivers, friends, and the graduates, soon to be, of 2022, we thank you. You may be seated. And I also now wish to recognize the dignitaries who join us here on the stage to celebrate this momentous occasion. We have Miss Christian Buggs, School Board Chairperson, Dr. Mason Bellamy, Chief of Academics and Schools for Metro Nashville Public Schools. We have Dr. Shun Turner, Dr. Shun Turner, Executive Director of High Schools, and Dr. Craig Hammond, Executive Director of Middle Schools, joining us this evening. And now, as Executive Principal of Hume-Fogg Academic High School, it is my duty and my honor to present the class of 2022 for the conferring of degrees. Graduates, please rise. Chairperson Buggs. The records of these students have been duly examined and found to be in accordance with the laws of the great state of Tennessee and the policies of Metropolitan Nashville Public Schools. I am proud to recommend the class of 22 from Hume-Fogg Academic High School for graduation. I certify that each graduate has completed all of those requirements necessary to receive a high school diploma with all of the rights, responsibilities, and privileges bestowed upon each graduate. And I welcome you now to confer officially. Remain standing, graduates.
On behalf of the Metro Nashville Board of Education, it is my honor to certify this graduation process and the awarding of high school diplomas to the 2022 graduates of Hume-Fogg Academic Magnet High School. I further attest the students receiving these diplomas tonight have met or exceeded graduation requirements mandated by Metro Nashville Public Schools and the State of Tennessee Department of Education. The Board of Education congratulates the students and their families. It has certainly been an honor to have each of you in our schools, and we wish you each the very best in your future endeavors. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Chairperson Buggs. Graduates, you may be seated. It is now time for the awarding of our diplomas. I will ask our honored guests to join me and my administrative team in the receiving line here in the front of the table as Mr. Bruce prepares our audience and our senior advisors ready our graduates.
Before we present diplomas, remember, our Hume-Fogg graduation is a dignified and respectful ceremony. Please be respectful of all graduates and their families. Every family would like to hear the name of their graduate as they walk across the stage. Graduates, it is time.
Gabe Acevedo, Worcester. Beatrix Adams, Swanee, University of the South. Cameron Adams, Loyola, University of New Orleans. Jordan Allen, Fisk University. Lanique Allen, Hofstra University. Sanaya Lanice Allen, University of North Texas. Alexander Altman, Willamette University. Arden Noel Anderson, Northwestern University. Zaya Anderson, Western Kentucky University. Christian Arnold, Rhodes College. Miguel Arredondo, Middle Tennessee State University. Dustin Averbush, New York University. Alex Ayler, Lipscomb University. Miriam Ashraf Aziz, Vanderbilt University. Marina Ashraf Aziz, Vanderbilt University. Finn Bapti, University of Miami. Diana Isabel Barba, Grinnell College. Sebastian Barrett, Belmont University. Braden Bartels, Nashville State Community College. Sophie Beadle, University of Tennessee. Emma Bell, University of Louisville. Ellie Berg, University of Virginia. Mary Blaney, Middle Tennessee State University. Sean Brannon, Middle Tennessee State University.
Jackson Porter Brown, undecided. Naya Ann Brown, University of South Carolina, Upstate. Bo Bryan, Middle Tennessee State University. Ben Bryant, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Eleanor Bryant, University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Paloma Buck, Belmont University. Oliver Button, University of Kentucky. Alexa Kane, Indiana University. Isabella Cantrell, Savannah College of Art and Design. Riley Chapman, Tennessee Tech.
She'd get Drea first. I think she broke through it.
LaShondria Kaysen, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Luke Chenoweth, University of Louisville. Matthew Childers, University of Alabama. Parker Ava Chin, Laboratory Institute of Merchandising. Jabran Chowdhury, United States Naval Academy. Alanisha Joy Elaine Chumney, Austin Peay State University. Sua Chung, Pepperdine University. Lilith Claybrooks, University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Liam Comey IV, Arizona State University. Adam Kovic, Lipscomb University. Sophie Craycraft, Rhodes College. Brooklyn Mackenzie Damone, Southern University. Jada Denkus, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Parker Denton, Savannah College of Art and Design.
Sophie Dickens, Nashville State Community College. Lauren Doyle, Trevecca Nazarene University. Audrey Dunlap, Tennessee Technological University. Natalie Dunn, University of South Carolina. Sophia Vanderkoy Dyer, Virginia Wesleyan University. Ethan Edwards, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Polly Edwards, Savannah College of Art and Design. Christy Afoma Ekem, University of Memphis. Arslan Fayez, Lipscomb University. Alexandria Trinae Flowers, Austin Peay State University. Lakira Floyd, Fisk University. Lauren Flynn, Indiana University, Bloomington. Yael Frausto Fuentes, Loyola University, New Orleans. Riley French, Brandeis University. Brooke T. Frog, Colorado College. Shumaila Mansour Gilani, Belmont University. Emmy Gilmer, University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Hannah Gilmer, Middlebury College. Lila Gilmer, Colorado College. Macy Gurovich, Ohio State University. Rose Gottlieb, Elon University. Kat Gowan, Case Western Reserve University. Alec Griffin, Middle Tennessee State University. Jack Gross, undecided.
Natalie Guest, Whitman College. Anastasia Gukasova, Purdue University. Taylor Gwynn, University of Mississippi. Owen Haas, Lafayette College. Sydney Marie Hall, Austin Peay State University. Lucia Hall, Rhodes College. Sarah Hamilton, Savannah College of Art and Design. Stella Hansen, Lewis and Clark College. Kiara Harper, Rhodes College. Elizabeth Hassan, Belmont University. Eunice Hassan, Belmont University. Nana Hayford, Tennessee Tech University. Isaiah Henderson, Belmont University. Sally Rebecca Hoyt, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Fee Her, Middle Tennessee State University. Virginia Sue Hunt, Northwestern University. Annie Philomena Hilbert, University of Colorado Boulder. Isabella Ingram, Penn State. Musalia Jamal, Lipscomb University. Elizabeth Jeanette, Tennessee College of Applied Technology. Sydney Marie Jernigan, Tennessee State University. Savannah Amelie Jatan, Swanee University of the South. Hensley Elizabeth Johns, United States Air Force Academy. Gabriel Johnson, Nashville State Community College.
Jesse Johnson, Tennessee State University. Lakin Arbriel Jones, Tennessee State University. Quinn Jones, University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Tanea Jones, DePaul University. Sebjan John Kennedy, Tennessee Technological University. James Otto Coonan, Rhodes College. C.J. Ladd, Middle Tennessee State University. Platon Lazarenko, Nashville State Community College. Grace Lee, Northwestern University. Sharon Lee, Colby College. Aaron Lee, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. Jennifer Lee, Johns Hopkins University. Kaylee Lillard, Western Kentucky University. Ben Lim, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Sarah Lowe, Mississippi State University. Eric Long, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Levi Madden, Belmont University. Katie Madison, University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Mary Holland McGargy, University of Alabama. Molly McAfee, University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Allie Marr, The New School. Adrian Simone Marcantel, Nashville Software School. Matthew Maroney, Hamline University. William Felix Massey, Yale University.
Greta Mathis, Swanee, University of the South. Ben Maxwell, Purdue University. Kennedy McAfee, Cumberland University. Miriam McClure Reside, Lewis and Clark University. Eloise Masurdi, Grinnell College. Julie Mahaney, Middle Tennessee State University. Sophia Miller, University of Tennessee. Isabella Soleil Mills, University of Louisville. Annie Mitchell, University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. William Javier Moncayo, Belmont University. Jeremiah Morgan, Lipscomb University. Mary Catherine Morrell, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Ellen Mock, Boston University. Ellie Murphy, Rochester Institute of Technology. Jeremy Myers, University of Tennessee at Knoxville. Lucy Nelson, University of Arizona. Iverson Wen, Tennessee State University. Amber Northcross, Middle Tennessee State University. Carter Nutt, University of North Alabama. Dylan Nutt, University of North Alabama. Patience Anubia, Nashville State Community College. Allie Partington, Seattle University. Elizabeth Vivian Peebles, Johns Hopkins University. Gabriel Perkins, Loyola, New Orleans.
John Michael Perry III, University of Mississippi. Cooper Scott Peterson, the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Brianna Pond, University of the South, Swanee. Kellen Quinn, undecided. Haven Raymer Holt, University of Tennessee, Martin. Sanaya Riley, North Carolina A&T State University. Chloe Reinhardt, Sarah Lawrence College. Amaria Nicolette Palmer Rhodes, Georgia State University. Luke Robinson, Grinnell College. Diana Rodriguez, Arizona University. Sydney Rucker, Haverford College. Millie Gabriela Ruiz, Nashville State Community College. Victoria Ryan, Swanee, University of the South. Zachary Sarr, University of Alabama, Huntsville. Apeksha Sawarkar, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Claire Shepard, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Eliza Seeley, Indiana University. Allison Settles, Warren Wilson College. Chloe Schaefer, University of Colorado, Boulder. Jordan Shaw, University of Memphis. Rena Shee, Dartmouth College. Avery Shippen, George Mason University. Kate Sheridan, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Walker Sigler, Tennessee Technological University.
Kate Slusser, Swanee, University of the South. Jenna Smith, University of Arizona. Kendall Collier Smith, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Margot Smith, Cardiff University. Savannah Ray Snyder, American University. Jessica Sasanto, Belmont University. Sean Thomas Southall, Tennessee Tech University. Sydney Spengler, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Catherine Sprandel, Cumberland University. Jameson Spray, Middle Tennessee State University. Alex Stanley, Tennessee Tech. Nathan Steen, University of Mississippi. Lily Stewart, New York University. Becca Stroud, Nashville State. Sophia Stump, Nashville State. Isabel Grace Sullivan, College of the Holy Cross. Kosei Takeda Mays, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Bronwyn Talbert, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Dylan Taylor, Tennessee Tech. Jalen Turan, University of Memphis. Olivia Trotter, Mississippi State University. Ariston Tweedy, Vanderbilt University. Jack Underwood, Middlebury College. Jack Vaughn, Seton Hall University.
Quinn Vong Vien Kum, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Kelly Vu, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. David Wong, American University. Caden Walker, University of Louisville. Malik Jarrell Waters, Rhodes College. Jamie Watson, Williams College. B.B. Weisbard, Brandeis University. Faith Desiree Welch, Tennessee State University. Rowan Wells, Gap Year. Christopher Werkheiser, Loyola, Chicago. Ella White, University of Alabama. Mazzie White, Brooklyn College. Bethany Whitney, University of Louisville. Sam Weibel, Tulane University. Brooks Timothy Williams, Tennessee Technological University. Maisie Williams, University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Sanaa Williams, Mississippi State University. Faith Alexandria Wright, Xavier University, Ohio. Frank Yang, Indiana University, Bloomington. Natalie Zhou, undecided.
Now that you've all made it back to your seats, graduates, please rise. I'm going to guide you through this symbolic movement. You may now take your tassel and move it over as you transition from Hume-Fogg student to Hume-Fogg graduate. Congratulations, class of 2022. Now, family, friends, faculty, honored guests, we invite you to stand with us as we prepare ourselves for the singing of the Hume-Fogg alma mater. I believe we have some singers. Please come on up to the stage. The words for our alma mater, for our guests, are in your program on page 1. Thank you, students. Well, this concludes our 168th commencement ceremony. We ask the audience to please be seated and remain seated until all graduates have recessed. The graduates will pick up their diplomas and meet you outside. Thank you again. Be safe. Thank you for the privilege and honor of serving you and your children. And Blue Knights, as always, be kind.